This is the leg curl machine. It's a great exercise for the hamstrings, what we're targeting here. So we're targeting knee flexion. The first thing you want to do when you use this is set it up properly. And the main thing is this pivot point of the machine. You want it right at the pivot point of your leg, which is your knee. So all the different brands are a little bit different with how you set them up, but generally speaking, you have some type of adjustment for the seat. So you want to adjust that seat to where you are lined up and your knee is right about in line with the pivot point of the machine. And then this particular one is probably a little less common, but it's got the pad where you slide in here and the pad's on your shin. Sometimes the pad will be on your thighs. If that's the case, after you've adjusted the height for the knee, you then pull the pad down to where it's pushing against the top of your quads. Then when you slide in, it keeps you set in the seat when you pull your heels towards your butt. The next point would be with form, pull your toes towards your nose. So you're flexing the toes up, taking the feet off the gas pedal. It's gonna put a little bit more of a stretch to the back of your leg and stabilize your knee a bit. So you're here and then curling, just like that. Some common errors with this one is not setting the seat to where your knee is in the line with the pivot point of the machine, and also not setting the extension depth. This one is both a leg curl and a leg extension machine. Sometimes there's a dedicated leg curl machine. It's going to look a little bit different. That's probably the kind where they have the pads that come straight down to the thighs. If that's the case, just make sure that when your legs are out, you got full extension here. So there's usually a setting. This one has a bar here, but there'll be a setting for how far extended you are. You want to get a good stretch at the top. So make sure that your legs are straight when you're at the top. So have that pads or the adjustment set to where your legs are straight and not at a slight angle like this. So that's form point number one, or form point number one is the knee, form point number two is legs extended, and then form point number three would be flex the toes towards the nose, and then you can knock your reps out. You can also, a lot of times there's handles you can grab to keep yourself good and fixed in the machine. And that is the leg curl machine.